5 ways the Trump-Pence fascists are already stealing the election, and what we can and must do about it. Many people have been talking about Trump's threats to steal the election and then violently enforce that theft. Some now say that we should prepare to go into the street after Trump and the Republi-fascists make good on those threats to try to steal the election. But there's a problem with that plan. The fascists already are stealing the elections and threatening violence to enforce it. Here are just 5 of many steps they have taken or are taking. 1. Suppressing the votes of Black and Latino people. Trump and the Republi-fascists are sending, in their own words, an army of 50,000 poll watchers, for which they are recruiting ex-military and off-duty cops into Black and Latino neighborhoods to threaten and intimidate voters. On top of that, at the debate, Trump told his voters to themselves question, that is, to intimidate people at the polls.
I'm urging my supporters to go into the polls and watch very carefully.
2. Attacking mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots are an important way that people can vote safely without risking the deadly COVID virus. Yet Trump has launched a lying and dangerous attack on mail-in ballots as fraudulent.
Election results only legitimate if you win.
We have to be very careful with the ballots. The ballots, that's a whole big scam. We want to make sure the election is honest, and I'm not sure that it can be.
He has cut funding for the post office so that ballots can't be received or counted in time. And the Republi-fascists have closed ballot drop-off stations in the cities of states they control, where many votes for Biden will come from. 3. Preparing an army of lawyers to contest the election in states that go for Biden. The fascists want to tie things up to muddy the waters, create confusion, and allow Trump to use the Supreme Court or other non-electoral means to throw the contest his way, which Trump has admitted to be part of his plan.
I think this will end up in the Supreme Court.
4. Preparing violent fascist mobs to go into the streets. In the presidential debate, Trump repeatedly refused to condemn white supremacy, and he openly called on the fascist Proud Boys to stand by.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
He has also given vocal support to people who have threatened, shot, run over, and even killed peaceful protesters against police murder and white supremacy.
I guess he was in very big trouble. He probably would have been killed.
Even today, these fascists go into the streets and even state legislatures, brandishing automatic weapons to threaten and terrorize. They are intimidating people in advance and preparing for what they see as the real thing, which for some of them is a one-sided genocidal replay of the Civil War, in which this time the wrong side wins. 5. Preparing to declare martial law and put into place forces accountable only to him. Trump has taken forces loyal to him in the Department of Homeland Security and especially ICE and Border Patrol, the government agencies charged with controlling, suppressing, arresting, and deporting immigrants, and made them into a special force and sent them to a number of cities. He has said that if people protest this election at all, he will declare it an insurrection and suppress it.
How are you going to do that? We have the right to do that. We have the power to do that if we want. Look, it's called insurrection. We just send in and we do it very easy. I mean, it's very easy. I'd rather not do that because there's no reason for it. But if we had to, we'd do that and put it down within minutes.
He has warned of special emergency presidential powers that only he knows about. These threats and actions on their own are more than serious enough to impeach and drive from office this criminal and his gang. Yet, in the face of Trump and the fascists, not only saying that they will do this, but beginning to do it, we are told to wait and wait and wait. No, we need to be in the streets now. We need to be in the streets now, demanding that these fascists be held accountable for these crimes, as well as their many other crimes, and be driven from office before the election that they are planning to steal. Trump has already done more than enough to warrant impeachment and removal from office. We need to be in the streets now, sounding the alarm to the millions and tens of millions who hate what Trump stands for and do not want to live under fascism, but don't yet get the full threat or have not heard that there is a way to fight this. We need to be in the streets now, building up our organized strength and learning how to work together and how to resist and neutralize the fascist attacks, not waiting until it may be too late. This is not a normal election. This is an emergency. We need to understand that and act on it. We need to answer the call of refusefascism.org for massive, nonviolent actions in the streets every single day from here out. For documentation of the above points, go to revcom.us.